Hey trainers, welcome to my gaming channel. Chicken plays your Pokemon Masters, and in this video I'm going to be guiding you through two different sync grid builds when it comes to Luxray. And do keep in mind that the builds that I create may differ or be preferred compared to yours. So leave in the comments section below what kind of pathway you create when it comes down to Luxray and Volkner's sync grid. Now, also, this is Sync Grid Helper. Sync Grid Helper is a website that I use to help me, visualize and see what kind of passive skills each of these Pokemon have. So you can go through each of the different sync pairs and their Pokemon and play around with their build. It also has the stats, moves, and skills, which I'll be talking about as well, and it will definitely help out what kind of build that you want to create for Luxray. So here we go, and also one more thing, this video won't include a gameplay as this is an earlier video before the release of Luxray. So this is going to be a 3 out of 5 sync move level Luxray, and do keep in mind that what is the best when it comes down to multiple copies for the sync pair. Most notably, the first sync grid that I want to focus on is the Turbocharged Recovery. Now, this is a Turbocharged Recovery build, and why is that? Well, before we get into unlocking tiles, let's talk about Luxray's stats, moves, and skills. So every time I go into sync grid, I look at their natural passives, right? What they already have. First off, its natural passive is Hostile Environment 4, which raises the chance of inflicting stats conditions with this additional effects and moves. So 4 is a really good number here. We have Aggravation 4, raises the chance of inflicting the flinch, confused, or trap condition with the additional effects and moves. And Terrify 1, which lowers the attacks of all, or the attack of all opposing sync pairs when the Pokemon enters a battle. It's kind of like Intimidate in the main game series. And if you take a look at its moves here, it has Thunderfang, right? So Thunderfang has a very small chance of making the target flinch or leaving the target paralyzed, which is great for the Aggravation 4. It has Hostile Environment 4, which is also included to possibly leave the target paralyzed. It has Electric Terrain, which is going to be really useful. Now, do keep in mind the builds that I'm going to be creating today are presented or reflecting electric terrain. It turns the field into electric terrain, and the entire field does help, as a setup for Luxray. Make Some Sparks raises the user's attack, ensures that the user's next attack will be on critical hit. When the field is electric terrain, it raises the accuracy of all the allied sync pairs. So the setup, or the ideal setup for your Luxray, if you have a sync move level 3 above, is electric terrain first, and then Make Some Sparks to create and receive the stat boost for all your sync pairs. And finally, you have Wild Charge, which here the user takes 20% of the damage it deals to the target, but it deals a massive 150 to an opponent. So it's really strong. Okay, so those are its passive skills and also moves. We're going to go right into the first one, the Turbocharged Recovery. And this is going to be really useful because Luxray has a great build, a great grid. And what we want to do first is unlock speed, HP plus 10, attack, defense, attack, and special defense. So this is no energy use. All right. Remaining energy is 60 here. So first off, we want to go look at the bottom right. We want to get Make Some Sparks MP Refresh 2, which has a moderate chance of restoring 1 MP of the move used if the move is successful. So we want to get back that Make Some Sparks MP Refresh 2, which allows Luxray to get that, or Volkner to get that trainer move back, and it will raise the attack and ensures a critical hit, just like Zebstrika with ensuring that hit for the trainer move. Luxray does something similar, but also do keep in mind it raises the accuracy of all the allied sync pairs when there's an electric terrain. So we're gonna, have that setup. Keep in mind, this is the setup, electric terrain, and then make some sparks. It would be great to have it again. Now, this is where the fun part begins. Shock Recovery 1 restores the Pokemon's HP when it takes an action when the field is terrain. So think about it. You're going to be using Wild Charge, for example. And when you use Wild Charge, you're going to restore HP as you continue to use it. Okay? So that's going to be really, really helpful, right, for which is electric terrain. And we're going to keep that in mind. It's going to look really good. Top left, this is where you want to unlock speed +5, special defense +5, and then turbocharge 2. So the shock recovery and turbocharge 2 works really well together because turbocharge 2 quickly charges the move gauge when the field is electric terrain. Why do we want the move gauge to increase? So you can use your moves a lot faster, and then of course you can start taking your opponent down a lot more quicker. And so turbocharge 2 and shock recovery 1 work well hand in hand. Now, going to the top right, we have attack +5, wild charge +3. So we will unlock wild charge MGR 3, right? So we could have that move gauge refresh, right? So wild charge MGR 3, which has a good chance of charging the user's move gauge by 1 when a move is successful. You can possibly have this, right, with wild charge +3 here, and of course power induction 3, which powers up moves when the field is electric terrain. So it's going to power up the move that you're using. And stand fast 5 for a total of 750 orbs spent. Stand fast 5 reduces the recoil damage. So wild charge recoils, and so once you use that move, that will take into effect, and it would definitely decrease the amount of HP you're taking. Now, there's another build. Shout out to Icy Conditions, actually, who has just played around with it. So I was playing around with it as well. You can also go, I believe you can also go another route. You can play around here. So you can also go another route where you don't have to worry about move gauge refresh 3. So because you have turbocharge 2 and you have the electric terrain, you can just quickly go through powering up your wild charge +3s, which you've seen here, right? So I'm gonna back out. All 750 sync orbs have been used, right? There you go. On the top, you see 750 sync orbs used and remaining energy. You can pretty much go this route. This is a grid that IC has created, and so I'm sharing with you all that you can go this route as well. So pretty much the turbocharge 2 recovery is a great thing to mix with the power induction. So that's like basically the idea behind the turbocharged recovery. So let me know in the comment section what you think about this sync grid and or this right here. Again, this is wild charge MGR 3. You can go about doing things a lot differently if you really want to use the 3-bar wild charge move. So again, wild charge is a 3-bar move, and you want to keep spamming. All right, so that's going to be the first build. The second build, here we go, is a lot different. What we're going to keep on here are the turbocharged 2. We're going to remove the shock recovery 1 and the we're going to remove the make some sparks MP refresh 2. So what we're going to go for, we're going to go for the top right and then into the top left. Okay, so here we go. We're going to keep everything that we see here. Stand fast 5, wild charge, move gauge refresh 3, wild charge 3, power induction 3, turbocharge 2. But we're going to go get that HP +10, sync +25, speed +20, and electro repulsion 3. Electro repulsion 3 reduces damage when the Pokemon is hit by an attack move when the field is electric terrain. So let's say that Luxray was focused on here. Electric terrain is going to help save, it's going to help save Luxray, and your target could possibly be Luxray. Let's say if it was an earthquake attack, and earthquake is or bulldoze is an AoE attack. Luxray is weak to ground type moves. You would want to make sure that electric repulsion is there, and of course we want to keep that in mind, where we want Turbocharged 2, we have Stand Fast 5, we have Wild Charge plus 3, and Power Induction 3. So those are some things that you want to consider when it comes to his sync grid. Now, those are the two that I wanted to show when it comes down to making use of the electric terrain. And here's a little bonus. I have not even gotten to this point, but I'm sure that Thunderfang would be a possible route for Luxray here, because Thunderfang, as a little bonus, add additional sync grid from yours chicken, Thunderfang has a great effect in either flinching or paralyzing, and it could be definitely useful when it comes down to legendary arenas and or even Battle Villa. So here we go. We want to look at Paralysis Synergy 2 here, powering up moves when the target is paralyzed. We want that Thunderfang move gauge refresh 3, which is really nice. Harry 3 powers up moves when the target is flinching. So play around with this here, because Thunderfang does help when it comes down to a specific Pokemon targeted. All right, so that's the other route that you might want to use. Just focusing on Thunderfang, not have to worry about Wild Charge here. Looks like we can go for the Harry route, Thunderfang again, crit focus. Let's see, we can get some of these here. Another great grid that you might consider, just Thunderfang focus and not have to worry about Wild Charge or recoiling. All right, so these are the sync grids that I'm going to be focusing on today. And let me know in the comment section, once again, which one are you going to be going for? Are you going to be going for the Wild Charge build, the Electro Repulsion build? Are you going to do that Turbocharged Recovery, or even focus on a mix build, which I haven't even created, and you might have done one, or a Thunderfang build? All right, trainers, thanks so much for watching. I hope this video has helped you. If it does, to thumbs up this video and subscribe for more Pokemon Masters content. Until then, trainers, I will see you next time on the battlefield.